Hey yo, what's up? My name is Busco the Barber. I'm right here with Flair, you know. This is our shop right here. It's called Presidential. You can find us in the city of Linwood. We're about to follow up, guys. We got the whole squad right here too. If you want to go ahead and check them out, we're about to put their whole links right there. But we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick little tour. Come on.
What's up, guys? My name is Flair the Barber. Big shout out to my boy Busco. Thanks for shooting out this video. Hey, hope you guys enjoy this tutorial that we're about to show you guys using this great product, Easy Blade. One more time, hope you guys enjoy this and hope you guys learn a lot.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Easy Blade products can be purchased at easybladeshavingproducts.com. Major key: they don't want you to sanitize your machines,
So we're gonna sanitize our machines and make a tutorial out of it. Skirt, skirt, skirt. You already know we gotta sanitize these machines right here real quick. That's real important though. You know, you don't wanna
get a little ringworm and shit.
Yeah. Well, check it out. What we got going on right here, we're using the T outliner, and the reason why we're using our T outliner is for the same reason that we want to
kind of line up where we're gonna start a haircut. You know, you're lining up where you're gonna start your mid fade. You're taking out the weight.
Also, if this is the first time you guys are using this technique, go ahead and take your time.
Now you're starting out with the level 1 close. Just you're gonna go ahead and brush it down to make sure all the hairs are coming down. Start taking out weight.
What are you trying to do right there? You're just you're giving yourself an amount of space with the number 1. Is that why you're starting with the 1? Well, what is it that you're doing right there?
You're setting up your base with a number 1, just to give you that space you need to kind of go ahead and erase that line you have between the 00 and the 1.
So the measurement of space that we're taking is very important. Flair is gonna go ahead and show you guys what type of width we're gonna be using.
Now what I'm showing right here is we're giving each other 2 finger space throughout the whole head all the way to the back. And following up, you're gonna use the comb sideways. The reason why you're using it sideways is just to kind of get the weight off of the top, so you're working from top to bottom. The sideways kind of helps you out, so you're passing your machine from top to bottom. That means everything is getting faded as you go. Now the second step is putting your comb straight flat across the bottom line, the one that divides your number 1 with all that weight, and that just pretty much helps you out get closer to that line. It's a little faster to erase and a little easier. You always go ahead and close down your machine up to 0 or half, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Try to get as close as you can before you go ahead and use another clip, or you try to erase that line with probably like a 1.5 or so.
So pretty much what you're doing right here, you're eliminating steps, right? With your clips, you don't have to use as many clips.
Correct. That's what you're doing. Now, after you're done with most of it, as you guys can see, the liner is almost pretty much gone. You're working from bottom to top. That means, you know, once your line is shaved up from the bottom, you go ahead and grab your 00 and go upwards just to erase that shaving line. Now you start off with your machine 0 gap, no clip. You know, you start from bottom. All you're getting is just pretty much you're hitting the line to just kind of go ahead and erase from bottom to top. Now it's not much of work that you're gonna put, you know. And
so are you taking like baby steps in a sense when you're fading from the T outliner towards the number 1, or what exactly are you doing right there?
Yeah. What you do is just you pretty much go ahead and as the leveler that helps you out to erase the line. You know, you kind of glitch it down a bit, little by little, just to get rid of the line. So you're going steps by step. You know, the smallest steps you take is the easier and faster way to go ahead and not get lost on the fading.
I'm noticing as you go fading towards the front where the lineup is at, you're not fully stopping all the way towards the front. Is there a reason why you're doing that?
Yeah, pretty much mainly the main reason is to keep a nice dark transition over in that side. Why? Because when you go ahead and line up, you know, you want to have the darkest spot around there, but with a nice natural fade where the haircut and the lineup stands out a lot more.
Is part of the reason that you use clip over comb why the number 1 with the level open is just blending up towards whatever you did? Like, is that the clip over comb, did it help you in that sense?
Yeah, I use my number one as a guideline, as my I use my number one as my base, and after that I'm using my clip over comb just to get rid of the weight and do a fade, just to fade up faster and eliminate a lot more clips than what I'm supposed to use. Now my number 1.5 open pretty much just helps me out smooth out that fade and get rid of the little speckles that I haven't gotten, or the little lines that I didn't get or I wasn't able to get with my comb.
Yeah. All right. So pretty much what I'm seeing right now is that the fade is pretty much almost done, and you're pretty much retouching with the clip over comb instead of using clips. Does that help you out in timing, in a sense, when you have a lot of clientele and you're cutting hair and you gotta knock them down, but at the same time leave a good haircut?
Yeah, actually that does help you out a lot on timing. Not just that, but I mean, I feel comfortable a lot more with a comb. I use my comb a lot, so usually it depends on how well you know your technique. You could always use clips, you could always use comb. Some people use comb over shears. You feel me? It's just there's really no proper way to cut hair. It just depends on how comfortable you feel. Now right here, you start off on the lineup. You start off on the middle side, just that way you try not to get as much hair as you can from the top, and every time you go ahead and do a lineup you go edged up to the side. Now try not to push up the lineup too much, that way they have no hair growth whatsoever and the lineup stays natural.
So I see that you're cleaning up right there. Is that something that you're just coming back to retouch it, or what exactly are you doing right there?
Yeah, pretty much. Every time you do another step or you add up another step to a haircut, there's always little details that you gotta adjust just so the blending of the whole haircut could adjust to whatever you're adding to. You get me? You can't just leave extra weight on there. You can't just leave any little hair that's popping out. You always gotta retouch every single step just to kind of perfect your haircut and your blending.
And that half clip that you're using right now, it's very important, right? When it comes to detailing, what are you using it for right now?
Yeah, this is pretty much the detail part right here on my final on one of my final steps on the lineup. What you do with that half clip is just pretty much smoothing out whatever there is, any little hairs, any little extra little hairs that are coming out, or it just practically blurs out your whole lineup. Now with this technique right here, what I use this for is once it's shaved up, you still you probably still have a couple of lines there from the shaving line to the double zero gap. What you do is you hit it down just to kind of erase a bit and kind of get rid of that line.
So what do you go based on when it comes to the beard? Like, how do you know what number you should put on the sides?
You pretty much don't. You just kind of ask your client how big they want or how dark they want their beard. You go ahead and shave or trim down the beard depending on their taste or whatever they ask for. Now right here we're gonna go ahead and line up the bottom of the lip with the skyline detailer. It gives you a better edge up. It gives you more space into it. It's smaller. It's more agile on your hand and stuff like that. So you go ahead and grab it down. Push down the beard on the top. You don't want to make it too thin. You don't want to make it too thick either. Pretty much a nice size. With the corner edge up, you want to go ahead and start edging up the inside of the lip. You always go ahead little by little, just not to go far down. And it's the same thing as a lineup. You don't want to cut too much where it starts growing out too fast. You want to keep it as natural as you can and as perfect and neat as you can as well.
To me, I feel like when you line up the inside too, it looks more detailed. What do you think about that when it comes to detail? And also another question, before we get a little bit more further into the video, what do you think about the China pencil, which we're about to use right now?
Enhancements are great, man. It always enhances your haircut. Now right here you want to go ahead and, depending on the size of your client, you want to always edge up on the sides and pretty much give them a neck, a jawline that is pretty much what your client loves to have. You make them look a little slimmer. Like I said, the China pencil right here, how we looking at it, it enhances your haircut, enhances your lineups, your beard, it makes them a little more sharper, and it fills up a lot more gaps than what your client might have. Enhancements are great for your haircut. Not everybody likes them. I mean, if you go ahead and you know how to use them properly, your haircut will go from a 8 to a 10 real quick.
And you know what I like about the China pencil though? Like, you don't even have to push the line down, the beard down. You actually leave it at a perfect surface where you would have hit it with the blade, which you're not trying to push the beard down. I feel like the China pencil, it guides you in a sense when you shave, not to taking off more than what you should. Not only that, but you could also use a Beijing or Vegan right after the China pencil.
Correct. Now look, check this out. This product is really great. I really recommend this blade. It gives you a pretty good, you have a good stability, a good hold, and when it's shaving, it gets in a little closer as well. Now, the China pencil actually does help you out. Not to go further on, what I did at first, I went ahead and hit it with my outliner. You outline the whole beard, and that's pretty much the product that you want to work with. The hair that you have there is what you want to go ahead and outline with the China pencil. Once you do that, you make it as natural as you can. You don't add too much where the client is uncomfortable with, but you add just enough for the whole beard to get filled up, to get etched up pretty well. You go ahead and add your favorite product, which in this case I really recommend Easy Blade shaving products. It's a really great product, easy to shave, doesn't dry out quicker. You go ahead and shave down as as careful as you can. Once you reach the beard, like I said, there's a lot of details where your client could help you out just to get closer on that shaving techniques.
Further on in this video, we're gonna go ahead and see you shaving the inside of the lip and the inside of the lower part where you did the curves of the gold teeth. What type of angles are you taking right there when it comes to that shaving part?
Pretty much you want to feel as comfortable as you can with your blade, just for you to be more agile with the shaving. Like I said, right here in my technique, I'm using the corner of the blade. Not a lot of barbers like to use that or feel as comfortable with that, but I mean, for me, it makes me easier for me to work, and it gives me more liberty for me to go get in there, get over with those twists like you see in here. You want to go ahead and make it as sharp as you can, as closer as you can.
And you're using the corner right there at all times. I could see, especially when it comes to the lip part.
Correct. You don't want to use full blade, because like I said, like right here on this side, we're using corner just to kind of go over that smallest little detail. Now you don't want to go ahead and stick in your blade too much, because it's pretty much a pretty sensitive spot to shave. Not, like I said earlier, not a lot of barbers like to do this, but I mean, if you feel comfortable doing this and if you have the skills enough to go ahead and go over the lip, then you do so. It's a really great technique to work with. The client feels a lot more cleaner.
Very great, amazing work, Flair. Now moving on towards the next step, scissor work. Now, can you explain to us what you're doing right here when it comes to the scissor work?
Yeah, you go ahead and grab the length of the pretty much the length that your client wants or that you think is proper for his haircut, and you go ahead and set a base, throughout the whole cut. Just pretty much helps you out going, to set a whole base.
Is that the base you're talking about right there that you're pointing out at?
Yeah, that's the follow-up. That's the one that you want to go ahead and keep following, going back. I was taught to set my base across the head and then go ahead going backwards, just to kind of follow the same length that you're cutting.
So I could see as you go back, I could see the base that you started with. You just pretty much follow it, right? You started up from the front, and then and what exactly what is that called? What that you did? It's called cross checking, or what is it?
Yeah, you could call that. I pretty much don't have a name for that, but you could call it cross checking. What you're doing is just you set up a base in the front and you follow that towards the back. You keep doing that throughout the whole head, and at the end of the following up, I will show you guys how you cross, how you're checking up the hair the other way around. So I mean, I'm guessing you call these techniques cross checking.
So there's three techniques when it comes to this, right? You started in the front, and then you went sideways, and then you went from front to back again to cross check.
Yeah, there's actually 3 steps to this technique. You go ahead and do it sideways just to set up your base. You go ahead and cut backwards, front to back, just to kind of get the same length throughout across the whole head. And just to check up how even your hair is, you go ahead and do the cross check, which is you're checking up the whole hair, length across side to side.
Now, when it comes to styling the hair, how important is that when it comes to building clientele?
Oh man, styling is pretty much the cherry on your sundae, bro. Like I said, every haircut could have a great blend, but if you don't know how to style a hair, or if you can't style a proper haircut, your haircut is pretty much not the freshest they're out there.
So when it comes to this, to holding it, you're using hairspray and the hair blow dryer at the same time.
Yeah. Very important though. You might be able to, it's a little delicate to do that. You don't want to have your blow dryer in hot or really hot because it could actually burn or damage the hair. What you might want to do is probably keep it at warm or cold if you can. Now, with the hairspray, it helps you out to keep the hair up and pretty much already styled to where you want that hair to come. And once you do that, you start seeing certain parts of the hair where you don't want to, you need to get rid of, or just to kind of perfect that hairstyle that you want.
So after you did all that with the hairstyling, are you pretty much right now detailing it with the comb?
Yeah, details on the final on your final styling. Sometimes when you do the fade or when you try to keep as much weight as you can, there's actually hair that's sticking out that shouldn't be there once they style their hair. You want to go ahead and style it, perfect it, for when your client goes home, he's able to do that himself easier.
All right, guys. So pretty much this is the ending of the video. We're gonna go ahead and finish it off, styling it with the product, whatever product you like. Pretty much what we just showed you guys is a quick way how to do a haircut when you have a lot of clientele. This is more an advanced technique. My name is Busco the Barber. It was great chatting with you guys. This is Flair the Barber.
Hey guys, this is Flair the Barber. Follow me at Flair the Barber. Once again, it was fun doing this haircut with you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this.
For more full tutorials, go ahead and visit YouTube channel 5150 Cuts. I have a lot of great videos right there with different barbers with great narrating. Go ahead and purchase Easy Blade shaving products at www.easybladeshavingproducts.com. My name is Busco the Barber, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.